Welcome to Networks Professionals.
All right, let's talk about something that is, no joke, one of the most important pieces of the entire internet. It's a technology that works silently in the background, but without it, well, our digital world would be a very, very different place. It's called SSH, and it's basically the invisible guardian that keeps our online lives private.
I mean, it's a creepy question to think about, isn't it? Every single time you log into a service or connect to a remote computer, your information has to travel across this massive public network we call the internet. And in the early days, that journey was incredibly risky. It was like shouting your secrets across a crowded room. And this right here is the perfect way to picture it. Before SSH, the standard was a thing called Telnet. Using it was literally like writing your username and password on a postcard and just mailing it. Anyone who got their hands on it along the way could read everything. SSH completely changed the game. It took that postcard and locked it inside a sealed armored truck.
So, yeah, let's dig into that problem a little more. We're talking about a time when the internet was kind of built on an honor system, but that trust was, super easy to break. The fundamental tools people used to communicate were just not built for security, which basically created a playground for digital spies and eavesdroppers.
The key term to understand here is plain text, and it means exactly what it sounds like. Plain, unscrambled, readable text. So your username, your password, every single command you typed, it was all just flying across the network completely out in the open. Anyone snooping around could see it clear as day.
But obviously that couldn't last. And thankfully, a hero showed up to fix this massive security hole. This is where SSH, or Secure Shell, comes into the picture. It was designed from the ground up to replace those old insecure tools and finally give us a safe way to communicate.
And the secret sauce is right here in the definition. SSH uses cryptography, which is basically the science of making and breaking secret codes, to build a secure, private tunnel right through the middle of an unsecured network. Think about it. This means you can work safely even on a network you don't trust, like the Wi-Fi at a coffee shop.
So how does it pull this off? Well, it really boils down to two main ideas. Two incredibly strong pillars that hold the whole thing up. The first is about scrambling the data so no one can read it, and the second is about proving you are who you say you are. Let's break them down.
Okay, pillar number 1, encryption. This is the magic step. It takes all that readable plain text data and scrambles it into complete gibberish, just a jumble of unreadable code. The only person who can unscramble it is the one on the other end with the secret key.
And what's so great about SSH is that it's not picky. It doesn't just encrypt the important stuff. We're talking everything. Your passwords, obviously, the actual commands you're running on the other machine, and yep, literally all the other data going back and forth. Nothing gets left out in the cold.
So that's the first half of the puzzle, keeping your data private through encryption. But there's another huge question. How does the server on the other end know that it's actually you trying to connect and not some imposter? That's where our second pillar, authentication, comes in. It's the identity check.
For this, SSH uses a really clever system called public key cryptography. Here's a simple way to think about it. Imagine you have a unique padlock. That's your public key. You can make copies of that padlock and give it to anyone, but only you have the one-of-a-kind key that can open it. That's your private key. The server uses your public padlock to lock a challenge, and if you can successfully unlock it with your private key, it knows with mathematical certainty that it's you. It's a foolproof digital ID check.
Now you might be thinking SSH is just for logging into servers. And you're not wrong, that's where it started. But its capabilities go way, way beyond that. It's really more like a Swiss Army knife for network professionals, with some seriously cool superpowers.
Its main job, of course, is that secure remote command line access, letting you manage a computer on the other side of the planet as if you were sitting right in front of it. But it also provides the backbone for SFTP, Secure File Transfer Protocol, so you can move files back and forth safely. It can even create secure tunnels to protect other less secure applications. It's incredibly versatile.
So when you combine all that power and airtight security, it's really no wonder that SSH became, and still is, the absolute gold standard for this kind of work. So why, after all these years, does it still reign supreme?
Here's a fun little piece of internet trivia for you. See that number, 22? That is the official TCP port number assigned to SSH. You can think of ports as digital doors on a computer, and door number 22 is the dedicated, universally recognized entrance for all secure shell connections. It has its own special lane on the information superhighway.
And this quote right here, it just nails the ultimate promise of SSH. Because the encryption is so strong, you can be totally confident that even if a hacker manages to snatch your data packets out of the air, it won't do them any good. To them, it's just scrambled, useless noise. They can't read it, and they can't change it.
And that's it. That's why SSH is the undisputed foundational must-have tool for pretty much all modern network management. Every time a system administrator needs to fix a web server or a developer pushes new code to a service like GitHub, they are using SSH. They rely on it every single day to build and maintain the internet we all use.
So the next time you use a cloud service or see that your favorite app just got a seamless update, take a second to remember that invisible armored truck, SSH, working hard behind the scenes. It really makes you think, doesn't it? What other digital tools that you depend on every day simply couldn't exist without the silent, powerful security that SSH provides?
Thanks for watching.